Hi, it's Alaska Granny. If you're like me, perhaps you have lots of canned foods in your prepper pantry, your food storage stockpile. When I try to stock up on canned foods, I like to have an idea of how I'm going to use those foods, because just randomly buying canned foods can, lead to clutter in your pantry. That, what do I do with this? How long has it been here? I don't know what to do with it. And so have recipe meal ideas in your mind when you're shopping and making your list. Then you need to go back and look through your pantry. Make sure there aren't canned foods that are languishing in the back. Maybe they're random, forgotten, you don't know what to do with them. It's something that's important that we use, rotate, and replace those foods. There are dates on the bottoms of cans, and those are best used by sell-by dates. It doesn't mean it's expired. Don't throw it away simply because the date is gone past. If you're not sure, then you want to look over the can. If everything looks okay, go ahead and open it and see if everything looks okay, smells okay. If it spurts or you're suspicious at all, throw it away. Don't get sick over $1's worth of food. And usually your expired or outdated foods are still going to be fine to eat. But if you have any question, like I said, when in doubt, throw it out. So today I'm going to show you a simple recipe for 5-can soup. And it's flexible because it doesn't have to be these 5 cans. You can make it fit the cans in your pantry, the food flavors that you enjoy, and you can make it your own. And that's why it's good to have creativity and imagination. Build your prepper imagination skill, and then you can make do with a lot of things. You can make the best of it and figure out what to do with it. So try not to waste anything. Every time you waste food, you're throwing away dollars. And so I try to make sure that I use up everything. It isn't always possible. We do have mistakes. That's just part of life. So we try to limit those wastes and mistakes and get the most out of everything that we spend our hard-earned money on. Something like 5-can soup is also something that you can put those 5 cans into, say, a Ziploc bag, set it in the pantry, and then you can just pull that meal out and make it if you need to. But if you're just rummaging around, that works too. Figure out how to make it work for your menu planning and your emergency meal stockpile. The 5-can soup that I'm using today is a can of chili, a can of sirloin burger with country vegetable soup, a can of cream corn, a can of tomato soup, and a can of mild diced tomatoes with green chilies, which is like Rotel. If you don't like beans, try chili with no beans. If you don't have a can of beef and vegetable soup, try a can of minestrone. If you don't have a can of cream corn, try kernel corn. But I would drain and rinse the kernel corn before I would add it to the soup. If you don't care for the spicy chilies in Rotel, just add a can of diced tomatoes. You can get Italian style, some with other vegetables in them, flavorings, or just plain tomatoes. It's your choice. So let's open our 5 cans, pour them into a pot, heat them through, and in 5 minutes this soup is ready. Turn your burner on high, add your can of chili, add your can of soup, add your can of cream corn, add your can of Rotel, diced tomatoes with green chilies, add your can of tomato soup. Stir to combine and heat it through, and in about 5 minutes your 5-can soup will be ready to serve. Wouldn't this be good with cheese on top, served with a side of maybe tortilla chips, Fritos, crackers, biscuits, garlic bread, all of the things that you enjoy, the sides that your family enjoys. I enjoy this soup with some shredded cheese on top. So I have some shredded Colby Jack. You could use any kind of cheese that you like. This is my favorite. Dinner is served. How simple is that? 5 cans, 5 minutes, and you have a yummy, delicious soup. And there's all kinds of variations. Look through the foods that you have. Make meals with those foods. And the ones that you enjoy, use, rotate, and replace. If there's foods that you don't want anymore and they're not expired or out of date, you can donate them to a food bank. or find a way to disguise them and make some kind of a meal out of them. Figure out which canned and packaged foods that you are willing to eat, you know what to do with them, and then make sure that you stock up on those foods, then use, rotate, replace. Let us know in the comments below if you like this 5-can soup and any other meal ideas so that we can continue to rotate the foods in our Prepper Pantry food storage stockpile. I hope you'll like my video, share it, please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel. Oh, it's hot. Oh, hot. It's delicious.